How y'all doing, ladies and gentlemen? This is Set here, King of Hell, King the Conqueror, High Evolutionary, Thanos, whatever you choose to call me, the Abyss, the black, darkness, black, whatever you want to call it. Okay, first of all, this ain't funny. I'm about to say some really crazy ish right now, bro. I'm about to say some crazy ish, and I might be wrong. Oh yeah, sorry for my head. I had the headsets on. I was on Twitch. I had my headsets on. That's why my hair looking crazy. Um, yeah, I'm about to say some crazy ish right now, bro. You see, the thing is, the rules of the game has changed. In actuality, the game hasn't changed. The game always been the same. But for people that are not in the know, they don't know, you know? But it's always been like that for eons and eons. When I tell you Lucifer was the first targeted individual, it is not a game. It is facts. It is facts. He is the first targeted individual. Yeah. And Adam, I guess Adam was a targeted individual. Well, he was a targeted individual because of Lucifer. Let's put it that way. So Adam was a black sheep. But that's bullshit too. We don't know because Adam, at the end of the day, Adam's a god. Adam is a god. Eve is a goddess, and Adam is a god. Period. End of story. End of story. That's just is because think about it this way, right? Adam gave birth to humanity. Adam and Eve gave birth to humanity, but those humans that used to live back in those days had a lot of power. Like if you read the Bible, the descendants of Adam and Eve, or if you want to go back, if you want to state it the way that the Bible stated it, the the forefathers of Noah lived 900 years, and then the son of the forefather of Noah lived 800 years, and that son lived 700 years, and I think Methuselah, Noah's father, lived 600 years or some shit like that, right? I'm not quite clear on the numbers, but it's somewhere around those numbers, right? And I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but that's in the start of the Bible. So those humans were more than human. They lived for 1,000 years. That was normal for them to live that long, right? So if you go backwards, that would since those humans were actually basically Adam and Eve's sons and daughters, that means that they are direct descendant of godlike beings, which is Adam and Eve, right? Because you have to have to scientifically to understand it so it makes sense, scientifically speaking, for somebody to live 900 years, that would mean he has an incredible amount of youthfulness and healthiness, right? So it is fair to say that these people were superhuman, right? So Lucifer was the first targeted individual, and maybe by association, and that's not clear because we don't know what happened to Adam, and we don't know what happened to Eve. But probably by well, actually, Eve was pretty much targeted because she got the brunt of it all, allegedly, presumably, which is bullshit too. I think it's bullshit. I think it's like male fantasy bullshit, right? Like they want to it's a way to like diminish the woman, right? Because religion has this obsession with separating the man and the female. Um, so and it's an obsession because it's all through the Bible. So women in the Bible are seen as less than human, right? Um, so and it worked. The disillusion that they bring upon men and women through religious factors actually function, because now when you say, if you tell somebody he's stupid long enough, he's gonna start to believe it. you know you know what I mean, like if you tell somebody he's trash long enough, he's gonna start to believe that he's trash, right? So, and that's what happened with humanity, right? There's a disillusion. It's a religious disillusion where oh, I'm better than female, right? And men actually think that they're better than female, and some female think they're better than male, which is also another disillusion. But that's a disillusion created further down the line. So it's all, we're being brainwashed. We're being brainwashed. We're being separated. This is on purpose. We're throwing agendas in people's minds so that people stay um, separated from each other. So anyway, um, the reason why I'm talking about this is because of that Ryan Garcia shit, and I feel like God is defending himself. I think God is defending. I think these little videos that we take part in, this COVID, this co-reality creating thing that we're doing right now, this co-video editing that we're doing together when we make videos, because it's us that's making these videos. People think it's just me. It's not just me making this video. You too. You're making these videos happen. You don't understand how you're making these videos happen, but you're making these videos happen. And sometimes it's on purpose. I get like, sometimes I get spiritually bombarded by some type of consciousness that pushes me to make videos, to make YouTube videos. I'm not even kidding. I shit you not. Right? So we're co-editing these videos together. We're co-creating these videos together, right? So, and it's the same for all the other videos on YouTube too. We're co-creating these videos. We are demanding these videos to exist without necessarily even understanding that we're actually asking the universe to make these videos. Of course, there's some videos that are more popular than others because some people have more influence than others, so they can create things, right? Like when we see, no offense, no pun intended, but there's a lot of tarot readers on YouTube. I believe that there's some tarot readers that just decided to pick it up and started doing videos. But there's an absurd amount of tarot readers. There's a lot of tarot readers on YouTube. And it's almost as if, I don't believe that all those tarot readers are random people that decided to start reading tarot. Like, I think some of them were placed in a position to do what they do, right? They have an agenda. They have a specific goal. There's something they're trying to say. There's some information or some propaganda or some rumors that they're trying to put in place, right? I do believe that the Illuminati puts in specific tarot readers in order to, fuck with your mind, right? Or to make you believe things, or narcissist videos. I'm pretty sure some people that talk about narcissists are the same. Like they picked up the subject, or they know a lot about the subject, and they decided to do videos. But I do also think, due to the large amount of narcissistic videos, that some of them were put in place to pass on a message, right? To pass on an agenda, So and so on and so on. There's a lot of things because there's also what's popular too. There's also what's popping too. So that's another type of influence, right? Like when everybody's on some new wave, of course there's a bunch of people that's gonna follow the new wave. Like okay, I come from the '90s, so this is the best. I don't know why I'm thinking about Tickle Me Elmo. It's because I saw a video the other day with the guy from Curb Your Enthusiasm, and it made the news because it was ridiculous. Like the news was talking about this, like he punched Tickle Me Elmo, but it wasn't anything bad. It was just he was just clowning around. There was nothing, but the way that the news was talking about it, it was like the most like I can't believe it. Like this guy punched Tickle Me Elmo. Like anyway, so let's say Tickle Me Elmo's the new craze, right? Everybody's gonna talk about Tickle Me Elmo because it's the new craze, right? So there's that too. So, anyways, we're talking about Ryan Garcia. We're talking about God. We're talking about Ryan Garcia. I'm sorry, bro. Like, hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I am dead wrong, I am dead wrong. Because I don't think that shit's funny. I don't think that shit's funny. I think it's horrible. I think it's a horrible thing. But I'm going to say something horrible too. I'm going to say something crude and horrible too. And it's something that people need to understand. Some of these dudes that were molested, right? As a kid, right? Being groomed. Some of these guys that were groomed as a kid, right? I'm not going to say that they enjoyed it, but I am going to say that they're already over it, right? Right now, it's all about the job for these people. For some of these guys, it's all about the job. Because there's some guys that still hasn't said shit. Because think about it. It's like the Hassan kid, right? I don't remember his first name. Not Julian Hassan, but he's a black guy. He got molested by Africa Bambaataa. He got it. Yes, that's the thing. If you don't know, now you know. And he's making videos. He's on YouTube. He got shot. He went into the hood for some fucking reason. He went to the hood. He started fucking screaming at people, and they shot his ass. So live on fucking whatever, right? So this Hassan kid, right? Mind you, he came out with that news. Anybody that had a problem with Africa Bambaataa, even the original, okay, it wasn't Hassan. It was another black guy that came out with the news, right? He obviously became gay after that shit. I'm not trying to be funny. It's just that it obviously affected his whole personality, right? So it's a black guy. Black, just like me. Charcoal black, right? So this guy came out, but he didn't come out when it started to happen. He didn't come out like a couple of years later. This nigga is old. That shit came out like 2-3 years ago when he said it. And then Hassan said, yeah, it's true. I was there too. And there's other kids that he used to do that. He actually had, apparently Africa Bambaataa. He took pictures of the kids that he was molesting. So there's like a picture book. So there's a lot of kids that he used to molest, and he used to groom them. They call it grooming. He used to groom these kids, right? So they get gifts, they get like clothes, gifts, some chunk change, some money in their pockets and shit like that. They take care of them, right? After they're done grooming, they're not grooming them for no reason. You know what I mean? So you have to understand, like, maybe it's affecting the person's mentality and the person's personality, but they didn't come out when it was affecting them. Like some of them came out years later, right? Like you never actually hear about kids saying that shit, and the kids can't really say that shit because they're gonna, you know what I mean, they're gonna cover their mouths, right? But you have to understand, it's not like these guys like they're 20 years old and then boom they start talking about this shit. Some of them do. Some of them do. Like I believe like that whole the kid from B2K, he went crazy. He went ham with it, right? He was not playing with that shit. I believe that shit was true too, because he was being groomed when he was in B2K. Apparently everybody in B2K was getting groomed, but that's the thing that I'm trying to talk about right there. Everybody in B2K was being groomed. I think there was a group, it was an R&B group of 3 to 4 guys. Everybody was getting groomed, but there's only one guy that comes out and say it. Why the other ones don't come out and say it? Because they kind of got used to it and they kind of want the things, the gifts, and the whole thing that comes with the shit. Right? So now, fast forward, you have little old me. You have little old me fast forward, right? You got little old me, and I'm saying that Lucifer is love. I'm saying demons are basically you, but another version of yourself. You know, I'm saying a whole bunch of shit that is not alluding to Satan being the personality that people read about or hear about in the news or the media, right? So, and I'm also saying God is actually the real devil that everybody's supposed to be afraid of, right? The actual the evil of all evils, right? So I have my own little theory about who God is, right? In my thesis, my theory, not my thesis, but in my theory of who God is also the Illuminati. He's also the Illuminati. He's the all-seeing eye. He's omnipotent. An all-seeing eye is omnipotent, is an eye that can see everything. The Illuminati can't see everything. Fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger can't look inside your house. I mean, maybe he has technology in his house where he could do that, or he has enough money to go see a nigga and start spying on you. Of course, which would be another reason why they call themselves the Illuminati. But at the end of the day, it's a very specific symbol. And I mean, there's a G in Masonry. There's a G. The G stands for grammaton. Grammaton is basically God, right? In Masonry, they believe in God. Like Masonry is not about the devil. You can't be a Mason if you believe in the devil. If you're a devil worshiper, well, you can, but you can't say it. You know what I mean? Like you can, but you can't say it. Like you have to love God to be a fucking Mason. So if these guys consider themselves Freemasons or Masons, and regardless of if you're Freemason or Mason, you have to love God. You have to believe in God. You don't have to love God, but you have to, like, when you, I hope I'm not airing out nobody's secrets. I don't think it's a secret. I don't really think it's a secret, but some people might not know, but I don't think it's a secret. I don't know if it's a secret. If it's a secret, my bad. But I don't think it's a secret. But you know, when you enter the ritual of when they initiate you, right? They're gonna ask you, do you believe in God? And you have to say yes. And if you say no, then the rite can't continue on. So you have to believe in God. It's mandatory, obligatory. Like if you say no, I'm a Satan motherfucker. You're next year. Come back when you're ready. That's what they're gonna tell you. So, anyways, and Masonry is very closely related to church. You know what I mean? It's the church and Masonry go hand in hand, right? So we're sitting here talking about these people are these people are keeping secrets and they're worshiping devils and Baphomet and the blah blah blah. All that shit is propaganda. All that shit is just propaganda. And they can do it because they know people don't read books. They do that shit because they know people don't read. They know that people won't do any research. They know that they can tell people whatever sort of nonsense that flies out of their imaginarium, that flies out of their creative mind, that flies out of their pineal gland, and people are gonna believe that shit. They're gonna gobble it up because nobody's gonna research it. They're just gonna be like, "Oh yeah, you're right. Devil is a bad person." You know what I mean? Like some like the global powers say aliens are high-powered animals. Like aliens are highly evolved dogs. Everybody's gonna fucking believe it because they know that there's only gonna be like 2 or 3 motherfuckers that's gonna research it, and those 2 or 3 motherfuckers ain't as powerful, and they don't have that much money to be that influence. You know what I mean? They don't have that much influence. They don't have the backing of science behind them. They don't have the backing of psychology behind them, right? So they don't care, like, if little old me knows the truth. They don't care if little old you knows the truth. As long as you're not as powerful as they are, they don't care, right? Because if you are as powerful as they are going to care. They're gonna care, and they're gonna try and bury the truth. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to sound like I'm some kind of badass, but it happens to me quite a lot that they try to bury some of the shit that I say with a bunch of nonsense. It happens on a consistent basis. Shit, my whole channel is being dragged into the dirt. Guess why? Because I tell too much truth. And a lot of people, the worst part is the 2-3 people that watch my channel, they don't understand what I'm saying either. So they double don't care at this point. You know what I mean? There's like 1 or 2 people that understand what I'm saying on a consistent basis, right? So my little theory about God defending himself is like, anyway, there's some spirits, there's some that the terrorists are saying right now that spirits have revealed a truth to me. They did. I know something now. They have revealed a truth which I will not talk about, but it's a good truth. It's not a bad truth, but it's too much for people to know, right? And nobody's gonna, to be honest, I don't think, even if I said it, you wouldn't accept it. You would not accept it. You would probably like unsubscribe from my channel. This video is probably gonna make you unsubscribe from my channel. The video I did the other day, I'm surprised that nobody unsubscribed from it. I'm surprised that there's still people subscribed to my channel. At this point, I'm kind of like, yo, like, shit, there's gonna be like 3 people left on this fucking thing, dude. Like, there's gonna be like 2 people left on this fucking channel. So anyways, it is what it is. It is what it is. And in the meantime, while we're sitting here trying to force feed you knowledge and force feed you the truth, they sitting there doing all their propaganda, and all their propaganda works. All of it works because they have too much people that have nothing better to do with their fucking lives than to lie to people on a consistent basis, right? So, the Ryan Garcia shit. Ryan Garcia went on Andrew Tate. He had a phone call with Andrew Tate, and he said, for the people that haven't heard, because there's some people that haven't heard what I'm about to say. There's some people that don't even know who Ryan Garcia is. He's a boxer. He's a very popular boxer. So he went on Andrew Tate and said that Bohemian Grove exists, and he was forced to watch grooming happening live and direct, and he was also groomed himself. There's a lot of inconsistencies with what he says, which leads me to believe that even if that happened to him, and it probably did, I don't think the reason why he's doing that is because of that. I think it's because of something completely different. I think it's because of propaganda. Because there's one recurring issue that happens when these people talk about these things. They have to absolutely mention God. That is weird to me. I always found that weird. Even when I was a kid, I always found it weird. These motherfuckers are talking about shooting people in the face. You know, these niggas are talking about shooting people in the face, having sex in bathrooms, you know, in public bathrooms and shit. And then they're going to be like, I would like to thank God for giving me the inspiration to to make songs like this. What? Nigga, just take your fucking award and sit your butt down. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like, get the fuck out of my face with that. I always found that weird. I always thought it was a weird thing. So, anyways, regardless of the past, the one recurring subject is God. So, you have to understand, like, when they're doing their bullshit, they thanking God. And when they're trying to get out of their bullshit, they're also thanking God. So God is always there, regardless of what happens. Regardless if it's positive or negative, God. That's some suspicious behavior, if you ask me. Now, you can be a fanatic, but I'm an inquisitor. I'm a Thomas, right? In the Bible, there was a Thomas, Saint Thomas, right? So in Haitians, that way, when you ask too much questions, they call you Saint Thomas, Saint Thomas, right? So that's me. I'm an inquisitor. I ask questions. I ask myself questions, and I ask questions. You know, because how are you supposed to know something if you don't ask? Right? Like if Jesus came along, I am Jesus, but nobody's gonna believe that shit. But but you know, if Jesus came along, I would be like, how do we know you're Jesus? You know what I mean? But the thing you don't understand is that would be offensive to so many people on the planet for somebody to ask Jesus, how do we know that you're Jesus? And that's what my problem with humanity is, right? You gotta ask. You can't just accept things. Like, you ask yourself questions, man. Like ask yourself the question. You don't have to confront the person, but you can at least ask yourself the question, because that's what having an inquisitive nature is. You're always asking yourself questions about things, about life, about everything. Everything you see is you're kind of like, how does it work? Why does it work? How did it get there? When did it get there? Like, so anyways, back to what I was saying, because I'm trying to, because it's a serious issue. You know what I mean? It's a serious issue because like I said, I could be dead wrong about this, and he could be like completely 1,000% fucking serious about what he's saying, but he might be a little bit confused about the whole God shit, because a lot of people are confused by God because nobody knows who the fuck God is, why the fuck God is, when the fuck God is. You know what I mean? So, and to be quite honest, this is what the devil is such a dangerous character, because he lives in complete darkness. You know what I mean? He lives in the areas of your life that you never dared to look. That's why he's a scary character. I mean, just saying it, I kind of have my heart kind of like squeezed for a minute, because I'm afraid for some of these people. I'm scared for some of these people because they believe in the shit so much, right? They believe in it so much. It's kind of like, I don't want to encourage people to go in darkness. Like, I don't want to encourage somebody like that to go in darkness, because he'll die. He'll lose himself. Like, it's scary. Some scary shit. To walk in darkness is some scary shit. Even if it's the best course of action, it's not necessarily the best. It's not even the best course of action. It's not even that. It's just that for gods, for human shaped gods, I'm sorry to tell you, but everything comes from there, comes from the other side. He's the one that instilled that shit in you. It's not God. God didn't instill shit in you. Nothing at all. If you have psychic powers, that shit comes from Satan. If you're a medium, that shit comes from Satan. If you know how to make music, that shit comes from Satan. Satan, Lucifer, was a god of music, by the way. He's the god of music too. He's the one that used to make the music in heaven. All the fucking things that people sing in church, Lucifer did that shit. Technically. Allegedly. So, yeah. Yeah, so, you know what I mean? But I'm kind of, because their spirits are frail, right? Your spirit is frail. When you believe in God that much, your spirit is frail. You're easily broken. Like, you can get destroyed. You could get like broken very easily, bro. Like, your mind can tear you up, like, from the inside out. Like, it's some scary shit, And like I said, it's not even that it's the best course of action. I'm not even going there. Especially for people, if you really believe that hard in the shit, don't do it. Like, I would just don't do it. You know what I mean? Study. That's what I would say. I would say study, and keep studying. And at some point, you're going to catch up to the rest of the class. I'm not even worried about that. Because that's the thing. The more you check out stuff, the more you ask yourself questions, the more you're gonna, so it's a gradual process. It's better for you to do a gradual process than to be like, fuck that, I'm going you know what I mean, I'm going 0 to 100, like, you know what I mean, like, bump your brakes, like bump your brakes, like, there's time, just take your time, bro, like, take your time, you know what I mean. Anyways, so I feel like, that's my opinion about this. I feel like it's propaganda. I feel it's propaganda. I feel it's on purpose. I feel that God knows that the end is nigh, for him. And because humans, okay, I know I'm not supposed to be saying that shit because, people are fucked up and they don't understand nothing and blah, blah, blah. I know all that shit. I get it. I know. I'm the shit. I'm the leader of the shit. I'm the best. I'm better than everybody else. Whatever. Whatever. The fact of the matter is, I'm going to say it once. I'm going to try not to say it again. All right? Just bear with me. The fact of the matter is, humans are more powerful than they think they are. Period. Somebody said Kodak Black said we don't say period, we say period. Period, nigga. Alright? I actually like it. Shit, fuck it. You know what I mean? Period, alright? So humans are way stronger than they actually think. And you can't keep an illusion going forever. Because it's like in most movies where an illusion is involved, Inception, let's take Inception. Okay, that's a bad example because you can get stuck in the illusion forever, allegedly. Okay, not Inception, but anyway, let's maybe you guys have a movie in the head where what I'm gonna say makes sense, right? Let's say you hold an illusion in front of somebody, right? You make somebody live. I would say the Matrix, but yeah, okay. Let's take the Matrix for example, right? Neo was living inside of an illusion as a human. Okay, Thomas Anderson, right? Thomas Anderson, not Neo. Thomas Anderson was living on Earth, right? Or what he thought was Earth. But Thomas Anderson also was looking around, looking at everything, looking at the birds, looking at the trees, looking at people, looking at the skyscrapers, the street, his friends, family, all that. He was looking at these things. And somewhere, somehow, for some reason, he felt like something wasn't right. He felt like something was out of place. So he started asking himself questions. Thomas Anderson. So Thomas started asking himself questions. And that's how he discovered the Matrix. But he didn't understand what was the Matrix. He didn't know what was the Matrix. He didn't know if the Matrix was a thing. He didn't know if the Matrix was a person. He didn't know what the Matrix was. But he fell upon a thing called the Matrix. So he started going everywhere and asking people questions about what is the Matrix, right? This is what would happen to a human being living inside of a dream, living inside of an illusion. At some time and point, people are going to start realizing that things don't necessarily add up. So the illusion of God, the illusion of the light covering everything in front of you so that you don't see what's behind the light, which is total darkness, is starting to fade. It's starting to fade. And this is why we are getting an upsurge in people talking about God. I'm not just talking about celebrities. Because there's a lot of YouTube channels and there's a lot of preachers There's a lot of preachers, a humongous amount. Like there are videos where there's 5, 6, 7 preachers on the same podcast talking about God. So there's a huge amount of these people on YouTube. And I feel like it's a propaganda series. I feel like it's a propaganda series. It's a war where there is no war. It's a war not against Lucifer. It's a war against you. But you don't know that the war is against you. You think the war is against the almighty evil. The war is not against the almighty evil. The war is against you. They're attacking you. They're just covering the attack. The laser beam. There's like a laser beam pointing at you, right? But there's like a drape in front of the laser beam. And then you're like, what's that? It's just a drape. There's nothing behind there. Don't look. It's just the veil. You don't need to look behind the veil. You know, there's no laser beams there. I never said there was a laser beam. I never said there was a laser beam either. Did I say laser beam? No, I meant space. There's nothing there. There's nothing to see. Nothing to see. So anyways, all jokes aside, the war is against you. The war is against your consciousness. The war is against who you truly are supposed to be, your true birthright. Now in Satanism, we throw out the word birthright all over the place. And for some people, it has a negative connotation. But it is your birthright. It is not a negative thing. It has a negative connotation for a specific set of people because of the things that they read in the books, not for the experiences that they had. You are meant to be a God. You are meant to be God-like, because that is who you are. So when we say birthright, that's what we mean, because that's always what you were. Even the Bible stipulates so. Because like I said before, Methuselah's great-granddad lived 900 years. Methuselah had a sword that he planted in the ground and killed all of the Nephilims. Well, a couple of them. He had God-like powers. Jesus had God-like powers. Prophets are divine. They have the gift of premonition and divination. Some of them are healers. How are they healing? Using their hands. They're not using technology. We're not talking about doctors. We're not talking about psychiatrists. We're not talking about therapists. We're talking about people that used to do magic. They used to do magic. They had powers. Jesus knew he was going to die before he died. When Lucifer says that is your true birthright, once again, I ask you, where is the lie? Where did he lie? Where is the lie? Because I don't see it. And what did Jesus come here? Jesus came here to tell you the same thing Lucifer was trying to tell Adam and Eve. He was telling people that y'all can do the same shit I can do. You just have to open your heart. You just have to believe. And then you'll be able to do the same shit I can do. Maybe that was an exaggeration. I think it was. But the point still remains. He be doing the same shit. What he told you, what Jesus is telling you, is the same thing Lucifer told Adam and Eve. It's the same thing. And then what happened? He got crucified, stabbed, tortured, and all kinds of shit. Buried, came back, whatever. And then who knows what the fuck happened. Died again. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. There's no difference. Lucifer said, "You'll be as God. You'll be all knowing." What the fuck Jesus is saying? What is Jesus saying? Isn't what Jesus saying the same thing as Lucifer be saying? The only difference is Lucifer did it first. Major difference. And what happened to him? He got kicked out. They got in a fight. He got kicked out again. Targeted individual. Why? For telling the truth. You think it just so happens that humans are capable to have that amount of power? It's just a coincidence. Oh, it's because we all come from God. Fuck that. The chicken or the egg? There's no chicken without the egg. God is not an egg. God's a chicken. He's a chicken. How can God exist without somebody to make him? How can something exist if nothing's there to see? Like there's. How can you be like? But the thing you don't understand is that little process of chicken and the egg and so on and so forth is applicable to everything in the universe. So it's easy for a being to be like, well, there is no me without you. Yeah, well, maybe there's just no you, period. You know what I mean? Like, maybe there's just no you, period. And you need me a lot more than I need you. Which is facts. And what happens when you start denying those facts? What happens when you start believing in those facts? Oh, bad things happen to you. More or less. More or less. Bad things happen. Why? Not even. Bullshit. Nothing happens to you. When you start living down the line and thinking that I live in, nothing bad happens to you. Bad things happen to you when you believe in him. Why? Because he wants you to stay believing. So he'll manifest things in your life because, he believes in me. He's giving me his energy. Oh, nice. I'm gonna throw some shit in his life so that he'll always need me. Just like the government be attacking your ass with some pseudo immigrants. Just like the government be attacking your ass with tax. Just like the government be attacking your ass with global events. Or wars in your country or other people's country. Oh, they believe in us. They believe in us. We gotta keep them. We gotta keep them around. So we're gonna just throw shit. We're just gonna throw shit to make them still believe in. It's the same. This the same nigga. It's the same nigga. It's the same nigga. You dealing with the same nigga. There's no difference. They're the same. They are the same. There's no difference. Governmental tactics, shadow government shit, that all comes from him. He's the grand poobah of that shit. He's the granddaddy of that nonsense. The same. You think it's kind of weird? I don't even need to. If you don't understand what I just said, then you don't need to understand nothing, because I know you ain't that stupid. I know you ain't that stupid. Just that should clear the whole damn yard for your ass. That should clear the whole damn yard for the ass, because it's the same thing. It's the same tactics. It's the same tactics. The more you believe in the motherfucker, the more he's gonna do shit to make you believe in him. It's when you stop believing in him that shit stops. There ain't no deal with the devil. The deal with the devil is a deal with God. That's the true deal with the devil. The devil don't make deals. The devil, trust me, the devil don't make deals. He don't make deals. He don't take souls. He don't make deals. So it's impossible for you to sell your soul to the devil. Even Ryan Garcia said it. It's impossible for you to sell your soul to the devil, because your soul don't belongs to God already. So how can you sell something you don't have? You don't have a soul. You already gave it to God. So how can you sell it? So that's impossible. That's just a lie. You lying. You didn't sell your soul to nobody. You already sold your soul. And I tried selling my soul to Lucifer. I tried. I tried selling my soul to, that shit don't work. You told me I don't take souls. I'm like, what? Like Cat Williams says, what? I was disappointed. I thought I was gonna be rich. Bruh. I thought I was gonna be a millionaire. Like, you did. Let me just close the lights and light a candle and sell my soul to the devil real quick. Fuck that shit. Shit didn't work. I was like, goddamn. I was disappointed. He right. You can't sell something you don't have. Of course, everybody has a soul, but if we keep going that route, we won't have any. There won't be any left. But your soul is big, so it's kind of hard to fit in an envelope. Your soul, it's kind of hard to fit in a box. Fortunately for us. So basically, that Ryan Garcia shit, I feel like it's propaganda. It's his turn. Tyson Fury did the same shit. Tyson Fury came out. He was talking about Jesus this, Jesus that. And then he fought Francis Ngannou. He was trying to fucking elbow his ass into oblivion. This nigga was talking about he's a God person, blah, blah, blah. You want to know why he was doing that? Because he was jealous of, what's his name? The black guy. Not Adrian Broner. Shit. Damn. The Bronze Bomber. Right? Because there's specific types of people. There's some people out there that are connected with their demons. They're connected with their higher selves. So this particular boxer always calls himself the Bronze Bomber, and he specifies that when he goes into the ring, he's not himself anymore. He's the Bronze Bomber. I was rooting for the Bronze Bomber. I ain't gonna lie. I was hoping that the Bronze Bomber was gonna whoop his ass. Which he kind of did, but he found some strength to get back up, which was kind of disappointing. But that's also because I didn't put my energy in it. Because these people be fucking with the Illuminati and shit, so I can't, you know what I mean? I can't give them my 100,000 support. Nobody can pour energy in you because we all think you're doing something wrong. So of course you're going to lose. It's not because God is something. It's because y'all don't have enough confidence in yourselves to be yourselves. But anyway, some people have a little bit of confidence and they're like aware of their higher selves, because that's what a higher self is. It's like an alternate ego. Well, in some cases, there's different levels to your higher self. And you can achieve a form of your higher self where it's kind of like being a superhero, right? You got an alternate ego. You know what I mean? That's why I'm a man of many names. But I have come to the conclusion that I am nameless. I don't have a name. Giving me a name is offensive. It's offensive to call something that infinite. You can't call the infinite something. It has no name. It's infinite. You can't put a title on it. You can't put not a title. Yeah, you can't put a title on it. You can't put you can't classify it. It's infinity. So I don't have a name because I'm infinite. You can call me by many names if you choose to, but at the end of the day, I don't have a name. Calling me a person or that name or this name is it's almost insulting. Almost. You're diminishing my state of being by calling me a certain name. You know what I mean? So anyways, I would strongly suggest to take this Ryan Garcia thing with a grain of salt. I'm going to keep a lookout, because at the end of the day, all the shit that I just said might be wrong. Well, maybe not all the shit, but the shit about him might be wrong. The other shit is completely true, but, you know, he might actually fucking, you know, because there are some celebrities that are actually, you know, fed up. You know, and there's some of them that act like they're fed up, but they're not. They're just propagating an agenda to keep y'all believing in God. because that's what their job is. That's what their job is. Make you believe in God. God uses fear to instill belief in people. Satan doesn't use anything to make you believe in him. Shit, man, you'd be lucky if he fucking cares. like, like seriously, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're like, you're lucky if he fucking cares about your ass at all. Like, you know, it's negative but positive at the same time, because you know that he's not the one doing any of this. Like, you know, like, because he doesn't give a shit about, you know, he doesn't need your love. He doesn't need your devotion. He doesn't need to do anything to anybody. That's not his job. That's not, he already has a job. That's not his job. And of course he cares. But I mean, like, to go out of his way to, like, put shit in your life to make you believe, no. I wish. you know, like, you know what I mean, bro? Like, something for real. Sometimes it's hard being a demonologist, man. These niggas are nonchalant, and they ain't trying to fight nobody. So, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I want problems always. You know what I mean? They like, bro, you tripping? You know what I mean? No, I'm not tripping. There's too many bad shit going on in the world. I'm not tripping. There's too much bad shit going on. I ain't tripping. Maybe that's not your style, but I ain't tripping. That doesn't mean I'm tripping. That doesn't mean I'm wrong. I might be crazy. Don't mean I'm wrong. So it's not easy being a demonologist sometimes, because sometimes you gotta grease the wheel. You gotta grease the wheel. You gotta motivate the nigga. You know what I mean? Like, because there is a better way, and that's what demonology is gonna teach you. Well, that's what certain demonologists would teach you. There is a better way to conduct your life. There's a paradisiac way to conduct your life, but at the same time it's still dangerous, because they come from a different world. They come from a world of darkness. They come from a world of shame and doubt and hate and accusations and negativity. You know, it's both poles exists in one place. There's no illusions in demonology. There's no light. There's nothing there to say. If you go to hell, nobody can save you. You know what I mean? As much as it is beautiful, it can be horrible. But it all depends on you. It depends on your state of mind. It depends on your personality. It depends on if you are trying to be better. It depends on a lot of things. It depends on you. It doesn't depend on a lot of things. It depends on you. It depends on your own will, basically. Your wants and needs, you know, which they can make reality, and they will, but it ain't that easy, you know, because it ain't that easy, because now you dealing with real shit. Now you're not blindly walking about and, you know, fabulating stories. Nah, this is real shit. Like, you might be a jackass, you might be a jerk, and they're gonna fucking tell you that, nigga, you a jerk. You know what I mean? And they're gonna help. If you want to not be a jerk, they're gonna help you not be a jerk. You know, well, it's not that, but you might realize that you're a jackass. You might realize that you're a jerk by being there, because there's no lie. There's no forgiveness. There's no forgiveness. There's no repentance and the shit like that. No, you are alone with yourself, and you need to realize who the fuck you like. You will realize who the fuck you are, because you're not in lies. You're not. Nobody's lying to you. Nobody's gonna, oh, it's okay. Just ask for forgiveness. No, nigga. We don't forgive shit. You know what I mean? We don't. You know what I mean? We don't forgive nothing, nigga. You gonna have to face yourself. You're gonna have to face yourself. But that's not for everybody. Neither. You don't have to. It's not for everybody. You don't have. You don't have to. You could just. You could just listen to fucking the self improvement videos and make yourself better like that. But remember, everything came from darkness. Anyways, so man, I don't know. Like I said, I feel like God is defending himself right now. I think he's trying to pull a fast one on you. I think the Ryan Garcia shit is a fast one. I don't know. I don't know. But it feels like it's a fast one. And if it's not, well, take it with a grain of salt. Don't start just because he says God and shit like that. Dude, he's young. Okay, he's young. He's hanging around with Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather can't read. All right? I'm sorry, but that's his mentor. Nigga can't read. I'm sorry. So relax with the whole God shit. Like, chill the fuck down. Y'all talking about people that don't read books. Y'all talking about niggas that don't do magic. Y'all talking about niggas that are not spiritual. You're chill. Relax. Then these motherfuckers be saying this, saying that, and blah, 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 blah. Chill. Like, you know what I mean? It's not the Ayatollah, okay? It's not like fucking Ayatollah said, I met Satan the other day. Like, chill, relax. Like, he's a boxer. He's been through some hard times, and he's a boxer, and he's trying to get out the hard times. That's what you need to understand. If any of the shit if the shit he says is true, if he's for real, keep that in your head. Keep that he's going through hardship, and he's trying to find the best way that his mind can wrap itself around, a certain dimension of logic here, and self-motivation, right? In order to go through, to have the strength to go through it. Because nobody was raised being like, oh, Lucifer's your best friend, like, people are not raised like that, like, so you're gonna talk of, like, if you're not raised like that, you're gonna talk about God. You're gonna be like, God this, God that, especially if you're going through some shit and it's evil shit, and you understand in some shape or form that the evil shit that you're seeing has something to do with some form of spirituality. Your convenient and practical and direct answer is going to be like, God is going to fuck your ass up. Pardon my language. But that's what everyone on the planet would normally say, because that's what we were taught. That's how we were raised, right? So the commodity of Lucifer is not given to everyone. You know what I mean? It's not a thing. The fucking, like me, to me, it's a commodity, right? Like me, somebody does some fucked up shit to me, it's like water. You know what I mean? Like I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna call a demon, nigga. I'm gonna fuck your ass up. I'm gonna get some fucking hellhounds to tear your motherfucking face open. Like to me, that shit's normal, right? Because that's how I was raised. I mean, I was raised with God too, but I was raised with voodoo, right? I'm a voodoo child, right? So, of course I talked about God, but sometimes I'm just like, I'm fuck your ass. I'm gonna do some fucking voodoo, make the motherfucker go crazy. Like, it's normal because, everybody in the fucking family, you know what I mean? People talk about it. It's like normal, right? But if you're not raised like that, that's not gonna be your first reaction. Like most people that don't practice Wicca, right? If you don't practice Wicca, if somebody does some weird mojo hocus pocus around you, your first reaction is not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna do some Wicca and I'm gonna fuck your ass up. No, you're gonna talk about God, because that's the closest thing that you have to divinity or spirituality or magic, that you know of, right? So it's just so I'm chillax, because now we're getting bombarded, like Luciferians, demonologists, and Satanists are getting bombarded right now, man. There was like what's her name again, Ice Spice, that was doing the fucking thing the other day, and then Ryan Garcia, and then fucking Tyson Fury, and then there's always somebody, like Cat Williams. There's always somebody bombarding our asses with God, right? Like and to be honest, since I came around, it did kind of die down a little bit. It was kind of it kind of died down, that whole God shit. It kind of like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like now they're trying to reinvigorate that notion, right? Because maybe I'm getting too much traction. Maybe I'm getting too much. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting some kind of influence that I'm not aware of. Maybe I'm getting some kind of traction that I'm not aware of. I don't know. But I did notice that there's some bombardment going on. There's some bombardment going on. And well, you know what? Maybe not. Maybe that's not. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me too that's taking it personal. Because I am discovering things. And maybe I'm just taking it personal. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm just taking it personal too, because I am discovering things, and I'm like, and then 2 days later, this guy starts talking about God this, God that. So maybe it's just me that's kind of like, because you find Indian arrowhead in your backyard, and then somebody says it's not an Indian arrowhead. You kind of want to have an argument about it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say, but anyways. But like, I hope the best to the kid. If that shit happened to him, I don't think that's cool. I hope the best for him, bro. I do not suggest him to, start doing black magic and shit. Well, maybe. Maybe. I mean, like, if he's really tired of that shit, maybe. Asmodeus is a great person. He's a great protector. He's a great general. He's a great fighter. I don't know. Clawneck is pretty handy too. Lucifer's pretty handy too. Shit, I don't know, man. Beelzebub people are scared. The Illuminati scared of Beelzebub like a goddamn dog. He's a pretty cool cat. He's a pretty okay dude. I never had a problem with Beelzebub. I know the Illuminati don't like him though. You know what I mean? So I don't know. So maybe he should. It's just if you're not, God works in mysterious ways. Pardon the pun. But if you're not used to that kind of shit and you're afraid and you're scared, he might make you think something that is not, and you might think something and it's not that, and you might think it's him doing that, but it's not him. It's some, what I mean. So like I thought I was me. I spent this whole time that I considered myself a targeted individual. I thought I was being attacked by demons. I was being attacked by angels. I thought it was demons the whole fucking time. It wasn't no goddamn demons. I was this one day. I remember it like yesterday. I keep repeating this story all the time. Nobody fucking believes me when I say that shit. I was ready to die. I was ready to die. I was hearing voices. The voices were saying, yo, we're going to kill y'all. All kinds of shit. I was tired of praying because I don't like doing shit repetitively, bro. Like I don't, I'm not obsessed, right? I'm not obsessed. I do have obsessive compulsive behavior sometimes, but I don't know. I just did something about like praying all the time that just fuck with me. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not that praying all the time wasn't bad, because I used to pray all the time, but it just didn't look like it was working. Like I keep praying. I'm still getting attacked. I'm still getting attacked. Like like I was like, fuck this shit. I just stopped praying. I stopped. I was like, if you want to kill my ass and kill my motherfucking ass, I don't give a fuck. Fuck that. I'm done. I'm cooked. Medium rare. Overcooked. Then nothing happened. I stopped believing in that shit right there and then. Like right there and then I stopped believing in that shit, bro. Right there and then. That to me that was the drop that made the cup spill, bro. I was done with that whole Christianity shit. I was done because the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, the whole bunch of shit, and I'm calling Lucifer a dick, and we're gonna get your ass and all kinds of shit and blah blah. You know what I mean, bro? Like I was wilding, nigga. I was Christian wilding. I was Christian. I was Christian gang banging. I was Christian gang banging, nigga. Like I'm done, man. I'm done Christian gang banging, nigga. I put up my flag. I don't flag no more, bruh. I don't flag no more. That shit's done, bro. It's over. And I think a lot of people should give up their flag, man. This should stop Christian gang banging, man. This should stop this should stop that religious on religious crime. They should stop for real. They should stop that. This should stop, man. Y'all people should stop that religious on religious crime, bro. Y'all should stop Christian banging, bro. Like y'all Christian banging, and y'all doing religious on religious crime. That's what's going on. That's what's really going on. Y'all need to chill. Y'all need to chill. And like I said, I don't want to get nobody, because at the end of the day, if a nigga go do fucking spell and shit, and then he gets his ass fucked up, it's my motherfucking fault. So I'm not gonna encourage you, like I'm not gonna encourage you to do that shit. But in my experience, it worked. And I'm not a liar. I don't lie. Yeah, contrary to what a lot of people would like to fucking say, I'm not a liar. So everything I say is fucking true. Right? Even I'm like Tony Montana. Even when I lie, I tell the truth. Even then when I lie, I tell the truth. Okay? So I don't know. Like I said, man, that shit ain't funny. I don't think that shit funny, by the way. There's nothing funny about that. I think that's horrible, man. Of course, I wish you to have all the support that you need if you're going through some shit like that. Obviously, bro, I'm really not trying to make fun of you. I'm really not trying to make fun of your situation. But even if you're lying, I don't want to make fun of that situation because like I said, you're just used to it. You know what I mean? But just because you're used to something, that doesn't mean it's good. You know what I mean? You're just used to it. It's not a good thing. You're just used to a bad thing. So, anyways, and I don't believe that he would do that either unless somebody asked him to do it. You know what I mean? Because there's certain inconsistencies too in the fucking story. Like he fucking said it himself. Like he's sitting there and some person, Illuminati, came to his fucking poker table and fucking said, "Are you ready to do God's work, Illuminati?" And he's like, "Sure, whatever." But I could be tripping. I don't think I am, but I could be. So, so yeah, man. Let's keep an eye on that situation, bro. Let's keep a no pun intended. Let's keep an eye on that situation. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. I just want to talk about this because I don't want people to start because we're getting bombarded. Satanists, and that's the worst part. Like 2 weeks ago, I'm like, Satanists don't do evil stuff, and then somebody come along, Satanists did this to me, like. So that's why I'm kind of use that analogy about the Indian arrowhead, bro. I'm kind of like, to me that's a fucking arrowhead, but y'all keep saying it's not an arrowhead. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of like, so you know what I mean? I'm kind of I have my own opinions. I have my own opinions. I have my own point of view on the fucking thing. So that's what I'm really talking about right now. I'm not really talking about like I'm talking about Ryan Garcia, but I'm also talking about my position and my stance on spirituality and my beliefs and my belief system. Because at the end of the day, if I don't say some shit, well, now it's gonna look even weirder, and people are gonna think I'll be doing fucked up shit. So I gotta say something. Yeah, like I don't have a choice, especially with all the crazy shit that I say on my YouTube channel. I don't really have a choice. You know what I mean? So, anyways, I'll be talking too damn much. I see you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Peace out.